Okay, sorry. So I played this once. I got it when it came out on PlayStation Plus. And I only played it once, but before I played it, I had watched a few playthroughs, so I remember how the story turns out, I guess I should say. Like, there are, some small things I remember. I just remember some things. But how the main story, quote-unquote story, plays out, I remember that. But this is like a unique game in a way where you can basically just like you can follow the story out of order. Like, you can find things out of order. You can, like, even if you tried, you could beat the game in like 5 minutes if you know how to do that anyway.
Hi, Mom. So I got my ticket home from Europe. I get back on June 6th, but it's a really late flight because that was the cheapest, so it gets in at midnight. But don't worry, I'll get a shuttle from the airport so you don't have to pick me up. Like, really seriously, you don't have to. Okay, so, love you. See you soon. Bye.
And if I remember correctly, this game also has, I guess, puzzles, you should say. Not like puzzle, more like, how do I get to the store? Sensitivity is so what is my name? My name is Caitlin Greenbrier. I live in Portland. Today is June 6th. $6. Okay. Invoice. From Terrence Greenbrier. Description of shipment. Boxes, kitchen. Okay, just stuff.
Dear Katie, so much has changed, even just since you've been away. We moved into this house. I'm at a new school. And my big sister being gone for a year doesn't make it any easier. It doesn't feel real. But I'm not gonna let it faze me. I used to tell you everything, and if I can't do it in person, because you're off gallivanting around who knows where, I'll tell it to this journal. Just like I was talking to you.
There's no mirror. What? What kind of bathroom doesn't have a mirror? Whoa. Thunder much? Typewriter. Stephen King. Well, this is 1995, so. Quick fix banners. Doesn't look like there's anything in here. Let's see, I'm moving pretty slow. Can I move faster? What if I press L2? Oh, it zooms in. a little bit faster by clicking. Can't
Sam. Sam. Hello? Sam! Sam, where are you? Really? I need to talk to you. Please be there.
Hi, Mom. So I got my ticket home from Europe. I get back on June 6th, but it's a really late flight because that was the cheapest, so it gets in at midnight. But don't worry, I'll get a shuttle from the airport so you don't have to pick me up. Like, really seriously, you don't have to. Okay, so love you. See you soon. Bye.
Sam, Daniel from the old neighborhood called. He wants to come see the new house. Calling back. Mom, Daniel is a total weirdo. The only reason I ever hang out with him in the first place is he had a Nintendo when we were little. Sounds like a viable reason to hang out with someone. So, wait, yours. There we go. God dang it, Thunder. Directions to work from the house. Left on. Crab. I don't know. Wait, did I? Right on both. Exit on both of them. Right on the 202E entrance on the right past stuff. I mean, I know I've played this before. This isn't like a supernatural game at all, but I swear to God, I just hear footsteps. What is that? Okay, what's in the board game? There's nothing in the board game. It's the board game. Put that back. Okay, is this us? Stop it, Thunder. Let's see. Sam, Katie, Mom, and Dad, I think. So that's me, I think. Or is that me? I think that might... I can't tell. I think that might be me. That one. That's obviously Sam. Okay. Ooh, it's dark. Okay. Parents. August 2nd, 1994. Hi, Mom, Dad, and Sam. In Paris, I have done many Parisian things, including eating le petit, I don't know, and wearing a beret. I'm going to have lots of film to develop when I get back. Sam will bring me back something from the Shakespeare Book Company since you're my favorite sister. Love you all. What's weird? Arbor Hill. Oscar Mason, 60, of Boone County, died peacefully last month in his home. Mr. Mason was born on September 8th, 1933, in the house that would be his home for the rest of his life. He attained his degree in pharmacy at a young age and returned to Boone County to practice. He quickly became a well-loved figure at the center of the community. In the decades preceding his passing, he was seldom seen outside his home. His service will be held this Sunday at the First Methodist Church at 1 p.m. All are welcome. His survivors include his nephew Terrence Greenbrier, as well as in spirit the people of County giving provided wellness and comfort. Okay, so he is our dad's uncle. So, who is that? I think I have an idea. Memories coming back to me. Deck of cards. Okay, that's not what we need.
This is a severe weather. The Northwest Weather Service reports 5 feet.
Lucky how it turns on when I'm going down.
Wolfe County, Dawn County, Tacoma County, and Wistaria County. Residents are strongly urged to stay indoors and secure all windows and doors. Flood conditions are expected at lower elevations.
Right bridge. Making friends, Sam. You can't give somebody a book about.
You know
making
that
friends.
feeling where the first moment you see someone, it's like they have a big gold star around them, and you have to get to know them? Well, there's this girl. I think she's a senior. She's usually dressed kind of punk, but sometimes I see her in this, like, army uniform, and she's always drawing in this notebook, looking so intense. I had no idea how I would ever, have an excuse to talk to her. Till I noticed she and her friends hang out and play Street Fighter at the 7-Eleven every day after school.
Yes, kids, you had to go to an arcade and play games. Matchbook. There's nothing on this matchbook. Nothing at all. Why is that there? Hauntings and poltergeists. Alright, so we've got some Easter eggs here. We got a VHS that's got both the Time Machine and Clue. We got Fantastic Voyage and Top Gun, Ghostbusters and Labyrinth, Airplane and Moonraker, Clash of the Titans, JFK, X-Files Season 1, episodes 14 through 17. So much X-Files. Director's Cut of Blade Runner. What is this? Beetlejuice and RoboCop. A book, The Dad of the Accidental Savior. June 21st, 1963. I'll put this in. Okay, I like to play death music in my cup. Tissue box. Newspaper. Hey, look at this. Clothes find a Pioneer CLDD 73 remote cables. 1.5 page view for the October issue, so that gives you about 2 weeks to get this copied for edit. Standard stuff like you gave us in the CLDD 502. The combi player, so check its CD playback review discs as well as laser disc. I definitely had the signal to noise ratio, and just link stuff for high-end buyers. Look forward to your take on this. What do you? So the cassette player? Or TV?
West Weather Service reports.
The heaven at the edge of the world, Samantha Greenbrier. Great to story the turtle people. There we go. Okay. Captain Allegra looked off at the ocean and went on forever, so it seemed. Someday she would find the edge and get to the paradise there. Then she heard a cannon fire. Boom! It was the black pirate ship. She yelled, "I thought we lost them at Horse Island," the first mate said. The first mate said, "Looks like you thought too soon." The black ship came out on the deck of the black ship, yelled to Captain Allegra, "You're never gonna find the edge." Captain Allegra yelled back, "And why do you keep following us, you didn't even spell imbecile right." The first mate yelled out, "We'll stop you, Captain Black. This is so bad. You'll find the edge of the world and you'll see your father was no liar." The battle kept going until Captain Allegra's ship got away. "Now west," she said, and the ship sailed towards sunset. That was so bad. But then again, she was only in second grade. So you can't really blame her that much. I think we're done with this one. But I'll keep the lights on. Here's a piece of paper. "Hey, are you the new girl, Sam? I'm Tommy. I'm at the back behind you. Wave if you get this and right back. Hi, Tommy. Yes, I'm Samantha. And yes, I'm new. What's up?" "I just thought since you're new, maybe you could use a friend. I don't have a lot of friends either. And so I thought I'd ask something if you don't mind. Do you mind?" No, I don't mind. What do you want to ask?" "Was it just your uncle who went psycho, or does it run in there?" Guys, books. Is there the complete I Ching? I tilted my head to read that for some reason. Pacific Insurance Masters. Name of insured applicant Terrence Greenbrier. Is the entire electrical company system meet local codes? Yes, is there any deficiencies? Which are correcting? Unclear. If yes, describe in detail. Wiring in house is technically up to safety and amperage requirements. However, multiple layers of wiring have been added into structure over the last 100 years. The system is frequently unpredictable. Lights blink out for no good reason. Pressure on floorboards, door frames disrupt circuits wired directly behind the surface. Probably reworking the electrical system would be highly destructive to the walls, floor, and fixtures of the structure. After discussion with Mr. Greenbrier, since there are no current safety concerns, issues will not be addressed. Required information: company name, Black Cat Electrical Company. Yes. September 2nd, 1994. Oh, a combination. Looks like we're probably finding that here. Re-ring binder. Pioneer CLD 3703 combination laserdisc compact disc player. Costs $100. Remote with blacklight, double-sided. Play, headphone out, display on off. They say that a jack of all trades is a master of none. I have to disagree. Mastery is not a question of specialization, but sureness of purpose and dedication to craft. If you happen to be in the market for a combination LD-CD player, you'll be glad to know that Pioneer sees their share in this particular Okay, was that supposed to happen when I put that down? You can do better. Back to basics. Sent back in time to Dallas, 1963 again. What if JFK wasn't JFK? Utopia. Advanced technology and World War II early time. Time stream too different. JFK president, US and USSR coalition. Chinese, Japanese, Lebanese paradox results in JFK death being desired outcome. Oh, this guy was really into like assassination. The killing of JFK, a theory. You've seen the movie Discover the Truth. Superb work of speculation plotted with amazing skill and showing a level of magnetic artistry not usually present in such academic pieces. Thrilling theory, I couldn't put this book down. An important new look at the circumstances surrounding one of the greatest tragedies of our time. Oh. There we go. I feel like this book is weird. But Irish whiskey. Pays to explore. Sarah Holst, not gathering rings. Thunder, stop it. The accidental pariah. And there that I can see trials and tribulations. Stranger under my roof. Number one best-selling advice book for parents of teens. Dear Terrence, David asked me to write you regarding the reviews you've been sending in the last few months. Frankly, they're becoming more trouble than they're worth from an editing standpoint. There's a word limit. It's your job to stay under it, not mine to cut you back to it. Even then, it's becoming harder to weed out the tangents and sequiturs from the unusable copy without improvements. The readers of home theater aficionado want to hear about the quality and value of the hardware, not ruminations on your childhood. If it were up to me, I wouldn't be writing this letter. I'd just be cutting loose. There's tons of guys half your age who would take half your rate to write stuff I could actually use. David's known you for a long time. He's the boss, so I'm giving you one more shot on his say-so. You should write him a nice note, thanking him for his patience and generosity. Look through your old stuff and start submitting reviews like that again, then everybody will be happy. Reviews editor, home theater aficionado. 0451. Yay. Let's plant that. Okay, it's 0451. Dear Mr. Mason, please find enclosed your original document and a typed copy for your records. The notarized copy has been filed at our offices. Thank you for entrusting our firm with this important matter. Jeffrey Wise. Keep looking wise at your about. Will and Testament. I, Oscar Mason, possessing full competence of mind and memory, and after full survey of valued items to my name, do hereby declare this document my last will and testament. The following shall hold true upon my passing. I declare that I am a lifelong resident of Boone County, that I am unmarried and have no children. I declare that I have no outstanding debts to my name to any creditors living or dead. I do hereby bequeath every item of value which I may die possessed, including the dwelling and surrounding acres located at Arbor Hill, as well as any and all personnel, property, and money accounts to my nephew, Terrence L. Greenbrier, Jr. of Ellis County. In the event that said Terrence L. Greenbrier, Jr. should predecease me, then and in such event, the bequest to him shall fall, and the same is bequeathed to his children as ordered by age and competence as stewards of the estate. I subscribe my name to this will this 13th day of August 1973, signed Oscar Mason. Okay, so that's just a copy. That's the actual thing. That is so hard to read. And I write cursive, and that's hard to read. John Russell opened his eyes and saw the stars, twinkling as if he were lying in the grass in his family's garden in Massachusetts, even though that place was a million miles away. No, he blinked asleep from his eyes, looking through the carbon-reinforced safety glass at the space station. Archimedes? Yes, he was a long way from home, but the future needed him. John Russell's head swam. He felt incredibly drunk, despite not having touched a drop in hours. He vomited onto his feet, his bare feet. He stared for a moment, processing his thick-flecked toenails, scanning out his bare shins, bare knees. He was completely naked. He looked up and met the eyes of a gorgeous blonde woman wearing a tight polymer fiber tunic. The fabric that strained at the seams that contained her generous bosom was emblazoned with the phrase, "Matter Transference Operator." Then he passed out. John Russell had crossed the gap in time, and messages as passed before. Man, they needed him more than ever. Changing the past was no longer good enough. The instructions from the council had been clear. What to procure, what to construct from it, how to assemble it, so he made the machine. How to transport him bodily across time, and now he stood there on the bridge of the starship Archimedes. Command of the vessel because only he, who had saved the president's life twice before, could he helm the naive brood of their destiny in the invaded galaxy. Wow, there were a lot of typos in that. Forget what I opened. Okay. Which way did I come from? Okay, I came from over back that way. Whoa, it's dark. This room is. Reproductive system worksheet. Below are 2 stories. The events are all out of order. Get a sheet of line. The menstrual cycle travels through the fallopian tube. Wolverine releases the ovum about 2 weeks later. Lining. I don't need to read that. I don't want to read that. Oh no. Fine, I'll read it. The early morning of September 1st, 1939, Essa Glatz stares out the window of the train as it travels from Vienna back to her home village of Weilen in Poland. As the train rumbles along, the sun rises over the countryside, she can only think of her dear Borislav, a boy she is engaged to wed. Meanwhile, deep within her guts, an ovum starts to develop. As this train approaches its destination, her heart races. The lining of that uterus is getting thick and soft. As Essa steps off the train, her eyes start quickly across the gathered crowd. Then, there, her dear Boris, still in his baker's smock. He must have dropped his early morning duties at his father's shop to come near her. Her heart skips a beat. The ovum releases the ovum and travels through the fallopian tube. Over the wheezing of the steam engines, a deep hum grows. It's coming from the sky. Dark shadows pass over the station. A whistling sound. Essa, her thoughts only a second faster than the bombs, reaches out toward her dear Boris across the crowd. Her eyes lock, and the moment freezes. The flash and smoke envelops him almost instantly. In the assault by German forces, almost 75% of the people in her hometown were killed. The rest, including Essa and, for a time, Borislav, huddled in a half-destroyed church. He is blind. His legs are missing, bandaged with torn bed sheets. As his egg will not be remaining as her in sorrows. About 2 weeks later, Horace loses his grip on life. Essling has given up her rations to keep Horace alive, but in the end, nothing can save him since the lining of the uterus is not rigid. Pregnancy comes out through the female genitalia. Essa vows to survive. She sets out to join the Polish resistance as a daring spy and saboteur. Another ovum starts to develop in one of the ovaries. The process begins again as a girl body knows how to prepare for pregnancy. Yeah, you should see the friggin' teacher. That's like for personal stuff. That's not for school. Freaking weirdo. Just kidding.
Somehow I always knew that someday we'd be through. Now that it's happened, I just can't believe it's true. I've done the best I could to keep from feeling blue. Can't get you off my mind. What am I gonna
Voodoo, mildew, and shandu.
Why, Daddy, I didn't know you were here.
I'm right here looking at you, honey. If it ain't me, it's my shadow.
You think I sent you far away
I ain't been nowhere.
from me?
That
I thought you...
this is loud. Okay, I can't listen to that. It's too loud. A lot of records. Let's get this through. I swear the thunder is on cue. So, thank you for having Danny over to your home. You guys missed having his friend Samantha in the neighborhood very much. Danny asked if he could please lend Samantha's Nintendo Street Fighting tape, and I gave you permission. You need to spend less time with those games anyway. No hurry returning it. Let Samantha know that she is welcome back to our house to visit anytime.
When you live in one place your whole life, your next door neighbor is kind of like your default friend. And Daniel only got weirder over the years. So moving away has been a good excuse to, not see him anymore. But he did always have the good Nintendo games. Maybe I'll give him a call.
So if you wanted to come over to my house still this afternoon, that would be cool. I can drive, it's kind of far, but I can drive you home too, so hopefully that's fine. Write back and leave this in my locker if you still want to, and we can meet in the parking lot after 6. Yeah, I am totally in. See you there. Then I'm gonna kick your butt. Get ready.
So you know what they say about the best laid plans of mice and men? Yeah, turns out it applies to Street Fighter too. At least I worked up the courage to walk into the 7-Eleven and ask for a turn, but all that practice at home did not exactly translate in the wild. So after I was finished getting my butt kicked, I followed them outside while they smoked. And that was when she asked me if I was that psycho house girl. But then she said she's always really wanted to see the psycho house. Her name is Lonnie. She's coming over tomorrow.
Oh. Please tell Mom and Dad sorry about the stuff. What's in the attic? Oh, the door's locked. Okay. Can't go there yet. Oh. Nope, not that one. Whoops. How do I get over this? Okay. Nope. Okay, I just want to go a little bit faster. door is locked too, okay. Guess I got nowhere to go but up. Control burn. Burn. Personal count. Oh, that's dark. What is that? Oh, that's the smoke detector. Cassette tape. Oh, oops.
It's weird hanging out with girls. Daniel was around ever since I was little, and other girls? I don't know. But being around Lonnie is like instantly just right. I gave her the grand Psycho House tour and took my revenge on Super Nintendo. And it was like, I don't know, I finally found someone I feel normal around. I drove her home and she gave me this tape and said, "You have got to listen to this." I haven't stopped playing it since.
Sounds like she means business. Right? Wait. Super Spitfire. Journey of Crystal. Those are not good games. More about Allegra. Five. Color. Mitten. S is for special, A is for girl, M is for nerd. Oh, one of those things. Board game. Got number. Nothing. Names, level, teacher, assignment, letter working, waving. Notes, not a challenging assignment, letter back and framing question, reasonable subject, and not complex. When I said that mom and dad should be replaced with parents' names, I did not mean just add them underneath. Acceptable leveling and edges now show right. Oh, that picture downstairs. Nope. Dinosaur fish. Steaky. Brush. track would be perfect for you. Creative. What's in here? Oh, she just has 2 doors. Oh. Okay. On me. Well, there's a whole bunch of VHS in here, but no VCR. Watercolor techniques for fluorescent still lifes. Ghost game. What's this? Escape from Ghost Mansion. So many doors. Ow, that poked my eye. I think I'm done. Oh, wait, what's it? Unknown dimension literature. Do you want to see Perfection in School? It came out this weekend. Todd will show up about it. Either it's good or we can make fun of it politely. Mom was supposed to cook dinner for us tonight for a change, but I can just ditch out on it probably. Time also isn't that movie supposed to be really violent and really hard. According to Todd, it's pretty hard. I guess when the Thornton gets stabbed in the heart and the heroin needle. That's kind of hilarious. Also something about cheeseburgers. This important Todd wants us to see it again. 17. Okay, don't barf. Wait. Nice. Okay, this is hair dye. It's not.
Lonnie brought her hair dye over today. She said, I need to fix these roots. Think you could help? Dyeing hair is weirdly intimate. I don't know if I've touched someone else's scalp before. That's pretty intimate, right? It felt intimate. We looked in the mirror together after, and I expected her to say something about how it looked crappy or good or whatever. But that's when she said, "You're so beautiful." And she was looking at me. Right in that moment, I wanted to say something, but I waited. And the moment was gone.
Katie, Mom and Dad were going to make up the guest room thing to stay in over the summer. but you came home on such short notice that they weren't around to do it. You can use my room if you want. I won't be needing it anymore. You were asking what my geodesy ribbons meant. Here's a handy guide. Ghost hunter. Ghost hunter. Another cassette. Halloween show. Don't forget your costume.
Sometimes you just have to lie to Mom and Dad. Like when Lonnie asked me to see a band with her and stay over at her friend's place in the city after. That's a lie to Mom and Dad's situation. But it was so worth it. The girls on stage were just so loud and real and awesome. And everybody was moving together like one huge tide of sound. Between two songs, Lonnie leaned over and said, "How do you like your first show?" I was so happy. I felt tears starting in my eyes. And then she up and hugged me. I think she could tell.
Okay, no. So intense. Well, that opened up nicely. Can you close it? Captain of Lake Rock. What's empty? Secret hallway. Close it. Nope, that's a bathroom. Alright. Closet. Ooh. That's cool. fun. This is so fun. This isn't creepy at all. Close it. There we go. Okay. Misfits.
At Todd's brother's place after the show, there was only a futon to sleep on, so Lonnie and I shared it. The lights went out. I was turned toward her. My eyes started to adjust, and then I could see she was looking at me, too. In the dark, she smiled. My heart was beating so fast. I rolled over. I felt so, I don't know, nervous. After a minute, she put her arm around me and was so close and whispered in my ear, "I really like you." I just nodded my head, and I really hope she could tell. I really hope that she meant what I think she did. I felt like a shook-up can of soda ever since. I hope we have the chance to talk before I explode.
Put that down. Second count. Right 3 times. Oh, half the same as Locker combo. Private, do not read. Okay, I won't read it. Okay, where's the... There's one more. Oops. I'm upstairs. Or I am upstairs. No, I'm not. Am I? I don't know. I want to go look. Am I going the right way? No. I don't know where I am. I am lost. Okay. Thought this was fun. Oh yeah, I went downstairs because of the secret passage. Ouija board. Why do people mess with these things? They're a danger. Hello, Hello. Who are you, Oscar? What do you want? To come back. Oh my god. This freaking sounds. This isn't even a horror game. What's the combination? Items 050. That's Lonnie.
Lonnie came over today, but everything was different. She was sitting at my desk chair, and she wouldn't look at me. Finally, I asked her what was going on. She said she felt like she'd done something wrong that night in the city. Like I must think... But I said no. There was nothing wrong. I just wanted to say... But I couldn't find the words. I felt like I was gonna cry, but I wasn't sad. She got up and sat next to me on the bed. I looked at her. Lonnie... Do you think you could ever... And that's when she kissed me.
Gillian Anderson. Ooh. Got Scully in there. What are you doing smoking? Smoking's bad for you. Close the door. Basement time. Just gotta... Oh, nice. I just gotta find the basement. Where would it be? That way, right? Yeah, this is the picture. The metal engraving. Mom, Jan, Dad, Terry. Yeah, just go all the way down the hallway. This is so fun, being down here. Wrap chips, potato chips, awesome. Dear Smith, I would like to cordially thank you for having me to your abode for the Thanksgiving holiday with your lovely family. I enjoyed the, some potatoes. And also it was weird being around your parents for that long, but it was pretty funny how impossible it is for your dad not to be awkward for more than 30 seconds at a time. Very cordially yours, your close friend and confidant, Bonnie. Fancy man, quite. Dear Mr. Soto, allow me to take this opportunity to thank you in kind for being such a gracious host of the festivities at your father's estate, following the aforementioned meal with my parents. Your family's Thanksgiving feast was the more enjoyable of the two events, I must say. I especially appreciated the time I spent with your grandmother, who is a lovely woman with sterling taste and a climax here, shall we? Indeed, Madam Samantha Greenbrier. Let's back up. Get back. Why are so many things creaking? Oh.
It's different now. I mean, we still hang out all the time like before. But now when no one else is around... Well, you know. So you could say we're dating. But it's secret. Secret dating? I don't know. I mean, I guess that's the real difference. Now when we get off the phone, or go home for the night, or it's just quiet and we're alone, we say I love you.
K is for kind, A is for amazing, I is for intelligent, T is for talented, L is for lighthearted, I is for important, and N is for nice. Start. Okay, this is the thing she wanted. Whereas Sam made like a whole story, literally. Oh, this basement's big. Okay, turn that on. Great. January 24th. 1995, Samantha Greenbrier, Reed College. Dear Samantha, congratulations. I am pleased to inform you your admission to the creative writing track of the Reed College Summer Program for Young Scholars for its 1995 session. We believe you have much to contribute to the Reed College community based on your portfolio and academic record. I'm also pleased to offer you financial aid to cover 75% of the summer's program tuition and fees. The attached documentation delineates your schedule, optional secondary track choices, and your dormitory assignment. Please remember to submit the attached form if you wish to be eligible for one of the 3 Reed full-time undergraduate scholarships to be awarded to exemplary students at the end of each summer program. We very much look forward to your attendance. Again, congratulations on your admission and best wishes from all of us at Reed College.
I'm so stupid sometimes. I was telling Lonnie that I got into my college summer program thing, and I was all making plans like, you should come visit me, stay in my dorm room. But she said, Sam, I ship out on June 6th. I was like, ship out? To where? She said, to basic training. What did you think I was doing all that ROTC stuff for? I guess she's been planning to join the Army right after high school since she was like 12. And I guess she's really going to do it. So I was like, after graduation, I'm just never going to see you again? She said, let's just have fun while we can.
Well, it's not that you won't ever see each other again. You can get together after she's come back. Joyce, completely understand. Well, so for some reason, Grandpa's face was ripped out. $14K gold hair. 14K gold heart pendant in 2 halves, customizable with up to 10 letters, names, dates, initials, anything you can dream of. Gift box. Dear Terrence, thank you for sending home a copy of your newly published book. An author's first published manuscript is a momentous occasion. I read it this afternoon. I certainly recognized my son in the subject matter. An author's work is the externalization of that which he holds dear, and that which he fears. And in this in this respect, I believe your work was successful. But the lens through which the personal shone was needlessly clouded by genre cliches and implausible dime store science fictional deus ex machina. The great authors speak of their lives milieu in clear and honest tones, the lens crystal that refracts their thoughts without distortion. I congratulate you on surviving the great ordeal at its publication, and rest assured that readers of your chosen genre will lap up copies hungrily. I urge you to shed artifice. You can do better. With the father's oh. Okay, so his dad was like, I like it, but you could do a little bit better. Citizenship. Oh, she not born in America? Oh, she's born in Canada? Okay. There is a little bedroom down here. What are the odds? Why are there so many frickin' hallways? What is this? I don't like it. It's so creepy. I don't like it. There's a whole bunch of stuff I haven't been to yet. But I don't know the combination to that safe yet, so I can't open it. Yolanda De Soto. From Samantha Green. Dear Sam, today's Spanish lesson. I'm so happy you liked the drawing. I was thinking of us when I drew it. I knew you'd be able to tell. We love Mexico. I think probably the native here is totally... The what? The nature here is totally different than back home. Keep thinking about Allegra and the first mate lost on a muster. Mysterious island, where even the plants are out to get them, and then I think of them together out there in the wilderness together. I started thinking of you again. I lie here in bed and I can almost feel you. I've been trying to save Not for when we're together again. I haven't done a good job. Okay? But I tried. Okay, enough about that. Your last letter got to me the day before we started driving back north. We're racing this letter home. If I get home first, we can read it together. And yes, I'm taking tons of photos. We'll have to spend so much time in the dark room. A button. Anything in here I can pick up? Girl Scout. Band formerly known as Cub Scout. Taylor's role model authority, main squeeze, telling stories, instruction, first mate, self, something in the denial.
Todd's band lost their singer. Todd said he sucked. Lonnie said he got sick of Todd's shit, and he was complaining about needing a new singer. So Lonnie was like, I can sing. And they were all kind of like, you can? And she was like, probably. But she's been rehearsing with them for like a week now. And I finally got to see them play in Todd's basement today. And she's actually really amazing. I feel so proud when she's on stage. It's incredible being in awe of someone you love. So everybody knows it's like a temporary situation till she ships out in June. But till then, I'm gonna be at every single show.
Oh. This is like giving me Life is Strange flashbacks. Those Mason's Pharmacy. Those his ashes? Why are they in a box? That's cool. Hey Sam, I'm writing to you from Multnomah Falls. I'm here on a stupid class trip, which is stupid because it's March. I don't know if anyone running this school has been to Oregon, but it's cold and rainy as crap in March. But you were here. Oh wait, you are here because I'm writing this to you in the gift shop. Oh crap, here you go.
They tell you to stick with the group on field trips, Katie. There's a reason for that. Lonnie and I snuck off on the side paths at Multnomah Falls and got a little lost. Okay, a lot lost. Like, for hours. Right before the bus left, we found a trail and came running down the path, soaked and covered in mud, shouting for the bus not to leave. The school called home. Mom and Dad said, you didn't get into trouble like this before you met that Lonnie girl. But I don't think they know about us. The kids at school, though, I'm really afraid that's a whole other story. Stick with the group, Katie. Stick with the group.
The shoppers of Main Street were surprised today at the announcement that Mason's Pharmacy would change ownership for the first time since it opened 10 years ago. Rumors were spread that the son's sale of the pharmacy was transacted for a song. When asked about speculation that the deal had been signed for as little as $1, Mr. Samuel Onstein, Oscar Mason's longtime assistant and now proprietor of Mason's Pharmacy, told the Register, the specifics will remain between myself and Mr. Mason. Mr. Mason had taken sick and was unavailable for comment. 1965, July 10th. Now what's this way? Now, when I came here, I'm like, oh, that's a shadow. Oh, that's that person? No, this is a murder mystery. Or a supernatural ghost game. Not go up there just yet. Psycho House Girl. The coolest stuff about being a Psycho House Girl. Cool thing, number one. Everybody in the hall thinking you don't know they're looking at you and whispering as you walk past because I guess they haven't heard of Peripheral. It's a lie to mom and dad situation, but it was so worth it. The girls on stage were just so loud and real and awesome, and everybody was moving together like one huge tide of sound. costume, skeletons, devil's cheerleaders from the Smells Like Teen Spirit video. One girl dressed as Jackie Kennedy. Enough with the creaking. Women outlaws. Kicking guys' butt. Goodfellas Senior High School. Dear Miss Greenbrier, I appreciate the time and effort you put into writing my letter. It showed initiative and it was well written, but it does not change my mind on this matter. While I understand that Miss DeSoto is a friend of yours, the fact of the matter is that she defaced school property with profanity. The fact that she allegedly defaced her own locker in retaliation for another student doing the same to yours is immaterial. As to your complaint that no other student has been punished for their part in this incident, the fact is that no guilty party has come forward, and there has been no convincing evidence as to who might have defaced her locker. In other words, there is no one to punish. I would suggest letting this issue drop, as it will only bring more unwanted attention on yourself, which I believe is what you claim began this whole incident in the first place.
I don't get Lonnie sometimes. Like, her band, and our zine, and her hair, and everything are all anti-authority. But I watch her in JROTC, and she's doing drills in perfect formation, following orders, no question. And there's all this stuff in the news about don't ask, don't tell. Like, she's going to join the army and then have to lie? She said they don't need to know what they don't need to know. Like it was no big deal. This from the girl who trashed her locker to, like, defend my honor. I've learned when to stop arguing, though. I don't think Lonnie even gets Lonnie sometimes.
Well, let's unlock a few more places. Who's panicking? Offer promotion. Dear Head Conservationist Greenbrier, due to your exemplary management of the flintlock prescribed burn operation last year and the services needed for experienced personnel to direct regional operations, we would like to offer you the position of Regional Conservation Management Director, responsible for operations throughout northwestern Oregon. Your assistance would be sought to fill your previous position on site at the Flintlock National Forest. Your new posting would be at the Regional Management Building, located at 128 Bullhorn Road, which should be much more convenient for your daily commute. Please respond as soon as possible regarding your decision. We very much look forward to your reply. Guardian angels up above, bless his house with lots of love. Hey Lonnie, sorry my mom was such a female dog last night. She's hardly ever around since her forest is like an hour away, and then when she is home she takes it out on you. Like, because you're not a member of the family, she knows you won't call her on it, and I'm sorry. It's okay. I know she's just jealous of our cool and freewheeling lifestyles. I feel sorry for you. I'm lucky my mom lives in Florida. You have to have a mom every day. Sorry, I didn't mean to bring up the mom thing like that. I know I shouldn't complain. No, I'm being serious. My mom is a psycho Christian, and her new husband, Dawn, is a complete tool. Living in Florida with him is her eternal punishment, in my mind. So, you wouldn't rather live with your mom in Florida? So, a whole bunch of death. So, what's this? Earth, wind, and fire. Earth, wind, fire, and air. You may live forever if you care. That is from Scooby-Doo and the Witch's Ghost. That's all. This skull was the coolest thing I found in Mexico, and it was like $3. I love it. Merry Christmas. Miss you. Hold on. I gotta adjust myself. My cord. There we go. There's no skull. lied to me. Hi Jan, I got 2 tickets for EFW on Thursday, but my girlfriend says she doesn't want to go. Her taste in music reads its ugly head again. So that leaves me with an extra ticket that I thought you must be interested in. More... I can't really read that. From Rich. Can I open Mom's purse? I can't. That sucks. Nothing in here. Samantha Greenbrier, teacher, something. Description of behavior is disturbing and inappropriate materials in school grounds. Please call the student. Phone call to students' parents. Out of school suspension. Sam, since you refused to hear us out this afternoon, your mother and I are putting this in writing so that you're absolutely clear. You are grounded for the rest of the month from social and telephone privileges, and from using your car for anything except going to and from school. We understand what you were going through, but we can't allow you to continue with this kind of behavior in school. And clearly, once your privileges are reinstated, we can't allow you to have your bedroom door closed while Lonnie is at the house. This is the last word on the matter. Get back on the course so this won't have to happen again.
I had an interesting talk with Mom and Dad tonight. One you were never gonna need to have. I mean, you've known, right? I've known. I've known since, like, She-Ra. Mom and Dad didn't, I guess. But they saw the zine and the stuff on the locker, and they were like, is there something we should know about you and Lonnie? And so here's the thing. I was prepared for them to be mad, or disappointed, or start crying, or something. But they were just in denial. You're too young to know what you want. You and Lonnie are just good friends. You just haven't met the right boy. It's a phase. That's what I didn't see coming. That they wouldn't even respect me enough to believe me. Well, joke's on them, because they're in for one very long phase.
The vacation is weird. As you can see, the Catholic Church still has a lot of money left over from the Middle Ages. I've gotten to see all of the art, including the Sistine Chapel ceiling and the sculptures by Michelangelo, Donatello, and the rest of the Ninja Turtles. Mom will have to come back together. I would love to be here with someone who really appreciates the history behind everything. Also, Sam, they have various relics and some pieces of important dead people, so you should probably come too. Next stop, Barcelona. Calm down, Dad. I won't get gored by a bull. Probably. Yeah, the whole Sam and Lonnie relationship, I remember that. That's what I was talking about. First off, congratulations, Janice Greenbrier. Original director, and I say congratulations because, come on, you're going to take the job, right? What are you waiting for? An engraved invitation? Call it back. In the meantime, let's discuss this little outing you had with our favorite flannel-clad hunk. What a blast, but you sound like you're reading a lot into an innocent night out. You're sure there's something there? You said he has an out-of-town girlfriend. You're sure they've met? You're sure they're not serious? Okay, so we have to figure out when we'll see each other next in person. Enough with the letters. I owe you a congratulatory... Oh, great, a boss lady. Something over here. Did I open that already? I opened this already. Nothing here. give up on this, honey. Wow, this place is dark. There's so much here. Samantha and Daniel were in the woods one day. It was sunny, and they were on an adventure, but they went to the bad part of the woods, and it got dark. Daniel said, "Are you scared?" So Samantha said, "No, are you?" They did something and went more into the bad part when they went to a part that was never there before, and there was a ship, a pirate ship, on a ocean. Samantha said, "I'll be the captain and you will be the first mate." Daniel said, "Aye, aye, captain." And they went on the pirate ship and started sailing away.
Daniel finally came over to get his game. I'd been dreading it. But he brought this story with him that I wrote when we were little. I started reading it, and then there I was, crying at the kitchen table. He asked what was wrong, and I was thinking about how we used to be friends, how much I'd taken for granted. But instead, I told him about school, and Dad, and Lonnie. And then how sorry I was that I wasn't his friend anymore. He gave me a hug and said it was going to be okay. And for some reason, I almost believed him.
This really is a sad story. Mr. and Mrs. Jonathan Blair request the honor of your presence at the marriage of their daughter, Helen Margaret, to Mr. Patterman, Sunday the 4th of June, 1995, at 4:30 in the afternoon. Sam scheduled working at Crown Burger on Bethel Road, Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 3 to 7 p.m., Saturday, 12 to 6 p.m. Oh, dark. Where am I? Garage. Dear Mr. Greenbrier, let me say that I hope this missive finds you well. It feels like a goddamn miracle that it finds you at all. Do you know how long we've been trying to track you down? Worry not, we aren't the feds, the men in black, or any other sort of creeping fascist hobgoblins. In fact, we're on your side. Let me start from the beginning. Unknown Dimension is what you might call a specialist publishing house. We traffic in the weird, ahead of its time, the lost but not forgotten by a small but dedicated group of plugged-in bibliophiles type of out-there mass markets shunning visionary expression that refuses to be taken on anything but its own terms. We've had an unparalleled run since our inception 4 years ago, unearthing and reviving Christ or zombie-like timeless works such as NN Beastman's Message of the Snake Men, It's Inside Me by Jens Keller, and Emil Krager's off-band Venusian Flesh Traders. But ever since we discovered tattered copies of your Accidental series at a church rummage sale in Long Branch, New Jersey, we've been trying to track down the author of this weird and dark American outsider art. It's just the kind of forgotten portal into 20th century civilizations, anxieties, and delusions that our readers lose their minds over. James Bond, Harrison Ford might be male genitalia swinging heroes that modern suburban America wants, but John Russell, mild-mannered insurance agent by day, reckless history-revising sociopath by night, is the twisted peacekeeper that it deserves. It is our mission to bring him back to life. Okay, so I've typed plenty. What do we want from you? We want your permission to reprint the work. Since your original publisher, Mercury Books, folded a decade ago, we want you to supply a new foreword for the books to appear in brand new editions of The Accidental Savior and The Accidental Pariah. To be produced by Unknown Dimension as a limited run and marketed directly to our highly discerning customer base. And we want to offer you a portion of the proceeds. Contract to follow, assuming you're interested in coming along with us on this weird odyssey. We look forward to embarking with you, and to thrusting your work screaming back into the sweating palms of an unsuspecting American public. About time. Blast off. What is this book? The Accidental Pariah. Sam, your mother and I will be away for a long weekend celebrating our anniversary, June 3rd to 7th. We will be camping in the gorge, but we will give you a call on the way home. Sorry the kitchen is still mid-renovation. Never trust a contractor. $40 is on the table to order pizza while we're gone. Be good. Dad. Anything else in here? Milk. Ask me about clown combos. Nothing else here. Is there something in here? No. It's not really there. I feel like I'm going the wrong way. Booted out. Girl Scouts.
Lonnie had her going away show with her band tonight. She's so incredible on stage. When she was singing, I could practically forget everything. That we only had 48 hours left. That I don't know what comes next. That I can't live without her. Then she dedicated the last song to me. And I couldn't take it. I was out on the curb in the alley, sobbing till my ribs hurt. I would follow her anywhere, Katie. But I can't. Where she's going. After a long time, she found me. She said she was sorry. She said, I wish things could be different. I just wanted to make you happy. I said, I don't think you can anymore.
I played this game before. I know what I'm doing. But I haven't played it in a while. But I still kind of know what I'm doing. Hi, Mom and Dad and Sam. I have had a wonderful time on the beaches of Barcelona. Dad and Sam, I think you would like the Gaudi architecture. It is from a strange alien world. I am headed to my final destination, Amsterdam. For how long? That depends. I am running low on money. I will look for a cheap standby ticket, and call you when I'm headed home. Sorry for the short notice. Can't wait to see you all again. It'll be good to be home. Love, Kate. Well, thank you. What are we gonna find in here? Dear Kaz, I can't tell you what a joy it is to see John Russell back in print. Thank you very much for sending along copies of the new editions. The cover art is really something. I know you said that Unknown Dimension isn't in the business of printing new material, but this revived interest in my work has brought on a wave of inspiration, resulting in a manuscript that completes John Russell's journey, which I think you may find intriguing. It is reflective and introspective without forgetting the excitement and weirdness that Unknown Dimension readers expect. I hope this might be an exciting new direction for Unknown Dimension to pursue. At the very least, I am grateful that John Russell's adventures didn't come to an end quite when I thought they had. My thanks and regards, Terrence L. Greenard. I don't know. You'd have to tell me. It's been almost 20 years since John Russell heard the call. Twice he saved the president's life. He's practically forgot the days of the future of danger and excitement. The days where you read some of the fleeting time and his handlers peer out. Doesn't hesitate. Is the president in danger? No. Life to save this time. Be your own. That sounds awesome. The accidental human. Strong pines. Guessing that's what well, thank you. No one's ever told me that before. Secret door under the stairs. Midnight, June 5th. Final preparations are complete.
We agreed our last night together would be our happiest ever, and we'd forget tomorrow was going to come at all. It worked for a while. We had a good time seeing Oscar off, then ran up to the attic to look through our photos, to find one for Lonnie to take with her. And looking at them, I realized they were all in the past, and there wouldn't be any more. I didn't know what I was going to do. And I cried. And she held me. She said she knew it was hard, but life would move on. I said I didn't want my life to keep moving without her. That's when she cried too. I was so exhausted. I must have fallen asleep like that, in her arms. In the morning, I woke up, and I was finally alone.
You know what? Maybe we can talk after this is over. Not really Ouija board, but demon summoning, possession, and exorcism. Wow, you guys, really awesome. Are they trying to contact Grandpa?
The sunset light in this house is the saddest thing I've ever seen. I just want to sleep. When I'm in the attic, it almost feels like Lonnie could still be here. She's just downstairs. I'm just waiting to hear her pull down the hatch and come running up. Maybe I'll go up to the attic and wait.
Well, I guess that remains to be seen. I'll always remember what we had and stay strong. Kick butt. Other.
Oh my God. Katie, I fell asleep in the attic, in Lonnie and my old spot, and I missed the first 2 calls. I just barely caught the third one before the machine got it. And it was Lonnie, on a payphone. She'd been on the bus to Basic, and she said she couldn't think of anything but me and us, and that she couldn't go through with it, with the army and being apart and all of it. And so she got off the bus in Salem. She said, "Sam, I want you to pack up everything you can and get in your car and come find me. And let's just drive until we find somewhere for us." And she asked me if I could do that. And I said yes. Yes.
Well, Fortnite, I guess I do.
Katie, I'm so sorry that I can't be there to see you in person, that I can't tell you all this myself. But I hope as you read this journal and you think back, that you'll understand why I had to do what I did. And that you won't be sad, and you won't hate me, and you'll just know
Sure, I
that
guess.
I am where I need to be. I love you so much, Katie. I'll see you again. Someday. Love, Sam.
Like I said, when I started playing this, it brought me back to like the strange type of feeling. It was actually a sad story too, but it worked out in the end. Had your own way. So those two calls at the beginning. Alright, well, I don't know what to add you on. You have to tell me what to add you on. PlayStation? What? Alright, so that was Gone Home. I found it a very relaxing type of game, even though at some points the thunder startled me and I could hear creaking, or what sounded like footsteps, which kind of creeped me out, but it's not a horror game, so that kind of confused me, but it could have just been, like, oh, the wood, the house is settling. Anyway, yeah, I liked it. I mean, I can't remember if if the company that made this game made any more games. I'd have to check. Uh, but yeah, overall enjoyed it. I liked the story. So till next time.